Hello students, welcome to Global Online University. So your May examination is starting from 2nd of May 2021, and in today's session we are going to study research aptitude. So research aptitude is a very important unit for your NET paper 1 syllabus. It plays a very important role, and it can, if you do all the questions correctly, it can fetch you 10 marks with your paper 1. So 5 questions can come from research aptitude. So in today's session, our main motive is to help you understand what research aptitude is. So this session is important for students who are not aware of this unit, people who have just started with their preparation. For them, you will be looking at what are the characteristics, objectives of research. So before starting with the session, I would like to tell you that we have a complete course for paper 1 where we provide you with 60 full syllabus tests, complete notes, video lectures, and these tests include solution PDF as well. So all these material is available at the Global Online University app, which you can download from Play Store, and it is also available at our WhatsApp group. So the fees is just 999. So let's start with the session. The syllabus for research aptitude is the research meaning of research types and characteristics, positivism and post-positivistic approach to research, and methods of research. There are various methods for research, steps of research, and then thesis and article writing, application of ICT, and research ethics. So this is your actually your syllabus for research. So what is research? In simple words, research means when you are finding something, and the meaning of re is again. So research means it is a logical and systematic approach to find a solution or a information about a particular topic or discovery of hidden truth. So this is research. Research means re means again and search means finding something. So research could be या तो आप एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज में ही कुछ ऐड कर रहे हो, यू आर एडिंग समथिंग टू द एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज, और यू आर making a or finding a different theory. So research, the main of research is, aim of research is civilization determines the economics and social political development of a nation. So that is what research tells us. So there are various objectives of research. Why are we conducting research? To discover new facts, to verify and test important facts, because research helps us to verify those facts, and it also helps us to find the cause and effect relationship. Okay, why something is happening and what are the variables because of which that thing is happening, we find it through the help of research. So it helps you to find scientific and non-scientific and social problems. Solution to all these problems are found through a research. So research, it helps us to discover new facts, whatever there are existing facts are there, to verify those facts, and it also helps us to find the cause and relationship between variables. You might have heard about social research. All these are objective because there are various certain social problems. For example, there might be some problem with the school curriculum. So a research could be done to find what are the various problems that the students are facing, because of which they are not able to get good marks. So that is also a type of research. Now this is something new that has been added, positivism and post-positivism. So first I would like to tell you that before positivism, what was there? So before positivism, there was theology. Positivism से पहले था हमारा theology. Theology बोलता था whatever happens, it happens because of God. Okay, everything that happened in this universe, it is because God had intended it to happen. So that is theology. After theology came the age of science. So age of science tells us that anything that happens, it can be the उसमें आप एक रिलेशनशिप फाइंड कर सकते हैं। कोई भी चीज जो हमारे यूनिवर्स में होती है, यू कैन find or you can research on it. So it is a philosophical theory that states genuine knowledge is exclusively derived from experience. Okay, सारी चीजें जो हमें मिलती हैं, जो knowledge मिलती है, we get it from the experience. So that is positivism. First came theology, then came age of science. So in age of science came positivism, which says anything that happens, it can be tested. Okay, so thus information derived from sensory organs. What are sensory organs? जो हम देखते हैं, what we see or what we hear, what we smell, all these are sense organs. So the information that we derive from sensory experience are all source of all certain knowledge. Means it is certain, we can believe on it. Whereas this is a new term that has, you might have heard about empiricism. Empiricism means all the knowledge that we are gaining from our senses is called empiricism. So positivism is based on empiricism. So it is a quantitative approach. Okay, so this is a question. A question can be come from a question can come from this. What is the difference between positivism and post-positivism? Positivism is a quantitative approach. So all genuine knowledge is posteriori, which means it is based on reasoning. Whereas post-positivism हमें कहता है कि not everything that is present in the universe it can be tested, because हम सारे पूरे ब्रह्मांड को जान नहीं सकते. There are so many things that we do not have answers to. So because there were some problems with positivism, so came post-positivism. It says that every action or every research that we do, their theories, hypotheses, background knowledge and values of the researchers are influenced. So that is post-positivism. So difference दोनों में यही है. Positivists emphasize on quantitative methods, whereas post-positivists they consider both quantitative and qualitative. So positivism is based on quantitative methods and post-positivism is based on both qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so this is a new topic that has been added. Now there are some essential elements of a research. A research is which is based on sensory or direct experience is called empirical. We just saw this, empiricism. A research, it should be logical, means it should be based on valid procedures. It should be cyclic, that means it should start with the problem and it should end with the problem. Analytical research, there should be analytical procedures that should be followed in gathering data. There are different types of research: historical, descriptive, experimental, case study. A research should be methodological. It means there should be a methodological manner, means without bias. Bias means that your research should be objective and not subjective. Subjective means your personal opinion should not affect the research. It should be reliable. So what is reliable? It is used to check if the research is valid. It means your research, whatever research you are doing, it should be able to test into another environment also. So that validity is tested by reliability. Okay, that your research should be replicated. If your research is replicated, same results should come. So that is reliability. Now we have different types of research. This part is very important from your exam perspective. In every paper, you can expect one question from what are the various types of research. Okay, so till now what we have seen, what is a research, what are the objectives of research. We also talked about positivism and post-positivism. Okay, positivism में हमने देखा था, before positivism it was theology, that means everything that is happening it is because of God. And then came positivism, which says it is the age of science. Everything that is happening, that is because of science. You can test it, you can find cause and effect relationship on that, you can do experiment. But post positivism says that there are so many things that is beyond testing. In positivism we see only quantitative approach, while in post positivism we look at both qualitative and quantitative. So there are various types of research. The first and foremost here is fundamental research, or we also call it basic research. You should remember both these names. So fundamental research, it is a research which is used to find truth or principle. Okay, so these are mainly carried out in laboratories. You should know all these things. Where it is carried out in laboratories or other sterile environment. For example, the laws of Newton. Okay, the three laws of motion of Newton. That is an example of fundamental research. When you are finding basic truth or principle. Okay, fundamental research. Applied research. Applied research means that it is an extension of fundamental research, when this type of research involves new application of scientific knowledge. When you are using scientific knowledge to the solution of a problem, that is called applied research. So most of the educational research, it comes in under applied research. Next is action research. Action research is very important. It is used to solve immediate problems. When you want to solve some immediate problems, you use action research. So if the researcher finds any problem at the time of fields, investigation and observation, researcher applies application action research at that time. So action research is used to solve immediate problem. Then comes historical research. As the name suggests, it talks about the past. In this type of research, we need investigation regarding analysis, interpreting and events of the past. So when we are talking about past, we are doing historical research. For instance, like if you see evolution of education system, so that is also an example of historical research. Okay, now here let's talk about ex post facto research. So it is used, where it is used, you should know this. It is used in social science and business organization. So when you are conducting a research in context of a phenomena occurred, it has occurred or at the time of occurrence. So when you are doing a research, you are talking about a phenomena, and it has, if it has already occurred or at the time of occurrence, that is ex post facto research. So here this is important term. It is basically deals with non-manipulated variables of a phenomena. So we'll be discussing this in we'll be discussing it now. So quantitative descriptive research. So quantitative means when you're talking about numbers, then it is quantitative. So it is used to describe what is being described, recording, analyzing and interpreting conditions that make this around us. So this is used to discover relationship between non-manipulated existing variables. Next is qualitative research. So this is it is non-quantitative. Obviously, because it is qualitative, it is not quantitative research. It is used to discover non-quantified relationship between existing variables. Then comes experimental research. So experimental research deals with cause and effect relationship between variables. Okay. So for instance, if you are looking at, if you put fertilizer in your crop, what will be the yield? Yield means how much crop will come out if you put fertilizer. How much amount of fertilizer you should put so that you yield a good amount of crop. So this is cause and effect relationship. Then comes types of research on the basis of logic. What is the logic that is being used to conduct research. The first is deductive research. So deductive is also known as top-down research. So it goes from general to specific. So here what do? You state the hypothesis, you collect data, and then you make decision. Either you can accept the hypothesis or you can reject the hypothesis. So that is deductive research. It goes from top to down, general to specific. For example, you say that all men are mortal. So this is a general statement. We know all men are mortal. You say Socrates is a man and therefore Socrates is mortal. So this is from top. You gave a general statement, from general to specific. That is top down approach. So another type of approach is quantitative inductive research. So inductive research is the opposite of deductive. Deductive was top down. It was top down, and inductive is bottom up. Okay, from bottom you go up. That is, you go from specific to general. So what do? Observe the different phenomena in the world, you find a pattern, and then make a generalization about what has occurred. For example, you see there is one man, Socrates, he is mortal. So this is a specific statement, not a general statement. General statement is all men are mortal, but I'm talking about a specific person. This man, Socrates, he is mortal. So this is a specific statement. Then you say Alexander is mortal. That is also a specific statement. Then you say Pluto is mortal. This is another man, Pluto. He's also mortal. All these specific, you go from specific to general. So this is all men are mortal. So you go from specific to general. It is inductive approach. Now let's talk about classification of research on the basis of process. Which process you are using? Quantitative research, it is also a linear research where stating with testable hypothesis, then you collect data, analyze that data, and accept or reject the hypothesis. Okay. Quantitative research is associated with positivistic and post-positivistic paradigm. We just saw in our few minutes ago, we saw that positivism, it relies only on quantitative, but post-positivism, it relies on both quality and quantity. So this is quantitative research. It is associated with both these approaches, positivism and post-positivism. So it usually involves data collecting and converting data into numerical form. You collect data and convert data into numerical form. So that is quantitative research. Then comes your qualitative research. So qualitative research is in-depth exploration of a phenomena. We are not talking about numbers here. So it is basically an approach and not just a method. Here what do is you start with a tentative idea, and then these questions become more specific in progress and research. So qualitative research is appropriate when research area is not well studied. So because it is not well studied, you are try to looking at in depth about what the problem is. So this is qualitative. Then subject needs to be studied in depth. A holistic perspective is needed. Holistic means a complete perspective is needed, and behavioral aspect of people is needed. So this is important. You see, behavioral aspect, when you are looking at, you do qualitative research. So okay, so there are important methods and approach how you can do this qualitative research by looking at focus groups. So focus group is one when you take a small group of people, and then the group size is kept small so that members express themselves. So हम एक छोटे से group के साथ we try to ask them about a topic. So that is focus groups. The second is direct observation. You collect the data by looking at the observer. In-depth interviews, self-explanatory. Narrative research, so phenomenology. And all these are different types of qualitative approach. Ethnography and case study, grounded theory. So all these are different types of qualitative research. Now let's talk about the qualities of researcher. How a researcher should be. So the researcher must be temperament. Okay. Intelligence about the subject matter of research. Yes. If he will know the topic that he is doing research on, only then he will be able to do the research. Must having knowledge of research methodology. What are the different methods that should be needed. Then must possess an alert mind. Must have immense courage and sense of conviction. So he should be firm about, okay, he can do that research. Should cultivate the habit of reserving judgment when required data are insufficient. So all these are different qualities of a researcher. So today we talked about, let's see what we talked about. Hmm. We looked at what is a research, what are the various types, what are the characteristics of research. We talked about positivism and post positivistic approach. So this is newly added in the syllabus. Soon I will also be updating questions based on these two approaches. What are the methods of this research, different types of methods we have, and tomorrow we will be looking at the rest of all these. So in 2 lectures we'll be completing research aptitude, what are the various steps of research, we will be looking at this. Then thesis and article writing, application of ICT in research, and research ethics. So all these we will be looking at tomorrow. Do come in the session, it will be at 9 p.m. We'll discuss the rest of research aptitude. Okay, and also there is live every day we will be posting mock test for you all. These mock tests will have 50 questions on various topics every day at 8 a.m., that is 8 in the morning. Don't forget to watch our mock test till your examinations. Okay,